we have ourselves an excavation project, or I guess I should say a demolition project. We're not doing any digging, just some smashing and crashing. Already the morning's off to an interesting start. This is an hourly project for another company, at least it's hourly rate for me. And so I drove up here, got unloaded, showed up to the job to tear down this garage at this house. And it was a big push, a big rush, because the garage has been condemned and it's a violation and the customer's getting cited if they don't get it down soon and all that. I spent like half a day running around trying to get contractor registration set up with the city and all sorts of stuff. It's just been a little bit of work leading up to this day. And now all of a sudden we're here and the garage isn't even quite ready. We've got some problems. We've got a whole car in here that needs to come out. And it looks like it's probably not going to run. There's a can of Fix-A-Flat on the hood, so that's not a good sign for us. And then also this Cadillac right here is kind of in the way of things. We need to be able to get some dump trucks and whatnot back into here to load all this debris into, and it's just a little bit of a trick. So we did knock on the customer's door and nobody answered, and so the fella I'm working with today is making phone calls left and right trying to get things figured out so we can get things moving. We'll just see how this turns out. Should be interesting. Well, after waiting here for a few minutes, it looks like stuff's not going to happen in a fair amount of time. So we're going to load everything up, and the guy I'm working for has got another garage to demolish, so we're going to go do that one instead today. Let's get this thing loaded up. Wrong way. Well, we made it safely to the next job, so this is what we have here. It's a 2-stall garage. I don't know if the camera will do it justice real well here, but it's leaning this way pretty bad. You can see the doors are all kind of hanging there funny and everything, so it's probably going to end up falling into this area, and that's going to be okay. There's nothing here that's super valuable, just some old paver bricks for the fire ring there, but we'll do our best to keep it within the dimensions of the building. So sometimes that's possible, sometimes it's not. All depends on how dilapidated and how strong things are. Let's jump right into it. No, the springs on the door are keeping that. There we go. I was keeping it hooked on my bucket. I don't know what to do there for a second. The strongest part of most garages is the big beam that goes over top of the doors. It's called a header. And so it's a little bit hard to break up when there's nothing else to break it against on most, and there isn't anything else to break it against in most garage demolitions. I'm so sorry. But this one looks like we're able to kind of twist it with the center post and kind of maybe break it up a little bit before it even comes out of the building. And that's going to be really handy here in the long run. This center post is also typically something that's pretty sturdy, just because it's most of the time it's a bunch of studs nailed together. I would love to just chomp into this thing all at one time, but I run the risk of it all falling over if I do that. So let's see if we can kind of start fighting away at it. Push on this just down. See what happens. Nice. That went preferably, I'd say. Oh no. I'm gonna focus on this far edge, because if it falls out, I'm gonna be in trouble because there's a fence over there that we can't crush. If we lose the left side into the yard, it's not the end of the world. So here we go. This is our problem now over here, is this roof pushed the walls out in both directions. And so I gotta try and get this in off this fence. Oh man, I don't know. Oh, it's gonna ruin our day if we hit that fence. Oh, come on. Come on, little machine, you got this. Ah, no! Oh, I don't think we broke it. We definitely put a mark on it. Let's see if we can get this out of here. There we go. Okay, I think we're on the winning side there. Let's check out what we got going on. This side's all favorable, leaning away from our obstacles, the fence. This side, on the other hand, is leaning way over. I'm not sure how it's still standing, but that's gonna be okay. If it lands over here, it's not a big problem. Let's check out the back here real quick. All right, and the back is leaning inwards. That's perfect. That's what we want. Okay, so we'll keep everything within the dimensions of the building except this side. And I think that will ultimately be a win. The rest of it will just be easy. We just got to munch it up and shove it in the trailer. Oh, there it goes a little more. That are made out of these boards rather than plywood or OSB are way easier to break up into small pieces, which is perfect because smaller pieces fit in the trailer and truck a lot easier, and they also make it cheaper to haul because we got to take less trips. Most of the time we're limited by space in the truck and trailer rather than weight, because demolition material is so light that we don't have to worry about getting things too heavy unless there's concrete mixed in, but that's rarely the case for a garage demolition. Unless, of course, it's a masonry demolition. That would make things heavier, obviously. I'm gonna crush this up with you a bunch, and then we'll tune you back in once there's something more to see. Time to pull some more of this down here. Look at all them shingles. That's so much. I'm no builder, but I think the rule of thumb is you're not supposed to put more than 3 layers of shingles on. And I'm not sure how many are on there, but I think it's more than 3. I don't know how people did demolition before thumbs on excavators became popular. It must have been a whole different experience. I'm going to start driving up on the pile here so I can reach more of the building. That also helps crush stuff up. The rubber tracks probably not as much as like steel tracks would. Yeah, bite that off of there. Something fun I never thought about until I started tearing down garages is that almost every garage out there has a workbench built into it somewhere. And it makes sense. I just never thought of it before. That was the garage. That was the workbench I just crunched up there. Oh yeah, perfect. Alright, it looks like this back wall might have got away from me a little bit and is leaning up on this box elder tree back here. Thankfully it's not a valuable or special tree, but I do want to keep from marking it up because that would be just an unsightly thing in the backyard. I don't want to be the cause of anything like that. So let's see if we can get this wall kind of folded in half and pulled away from that tree. It's just got the pressure of the roof sitting on it. I don't think we've hit the tree yet, actually. I just want to get it away. There we go. That's better. We got a decent little pile here, all crushed up and ready to go. So we're gonna put the machine right in this spot and we'll back the trailer in, and then I can just pick from here and put in the trailer. All right, time to start loading it up. Oh man, there's a chain from the garage door opener. Hey, there's the opener. I'm spilling stuff out of the bucket already. This garage is full of a bunch of old garage-like things. So see what you can spot. Like I just saw a grease gun in that last bucket. There might be some other prizes in there. There's definitely a couple old bicycles and stuff. About using dump trailers and trucks rather than dumpsters is you can't pack them quite as hard. You gotta be real gentle. You can't even push them around too much because you're just pushing against the park and the transmission on the pickup truck. And of course we don't want to go breaking that. It's not really made to be pushed on by an excavator. Whenever I get a bucket of fine small stuff like that had a bunch of shingles and some really broken up boards in it, I try to push that into the corners because the big stuff never goes in and fills in the corners real nice. Alright, this ought to be the last bucket load for this trailer. We'll send him on his way. Of course, we kind of need to tidy things up first, I guess. Get that plastic in over the edge, deal with some wires, all that kind of thing. We got the next truck backing in here. This is actually a dump truck. We'll put our load up here. Oh, I'm dribbling stuff out of the bucket. But we'll put our load up here so you can see where to stop. That looks like he's stopping there. That'll work. I think I can make that work. Alright, I gave him the signal to come back just a little bit more. We'd like him to be centered up right under the bucket here. There we go. We gave him a beep. I don't know if it's a standard thing or not, but typically when I'm working with trucks, which isn't all that often because, you know, this is only a mini excavator, but when I am, I try to give 1 beep for stop and 2 beeps for go. So if they're coming back, I need a little bit more, I hit the horn twice, and if they're coming back, I need them to stop, I hit the horn once. I'll talk to him next time I'm out there and lead him in the ways of my antics, which it doesn't have to be that way. Alright, we got this truck all filled up. We'll go ahead and run the tarp over it and send him on his way. Now that we got that truck sent on his way, the thing to do is to go ahead and finish processing what we have left of the building. So as you can see here, I pulled everything I could reach, and I ended up shoving up against my tracks, which really isn't good because if you turn, it can scratch the back machine and that kind of thing. But we need to get this all tidied up and into a pile so that way when that truck gets back, we can load up as fast as possible and not have a bunch of wait time involved. So while we're waiting on the trucks, we're going to use our time wisely so they don't have to wait on us. It actually, everything fit, and I forgot to film it before he left with it because we were kind of in a hurry to get that load to the dump before dump closes and stuff. But there we go, it's all done. He's out the way. All I gotta do is turn this machine around and head out the drive, get it loaded up, and then I'll be on my way home. This is definitely an early day. This is not a full day project, but that's okay. It is what it is. That first one didn't work out, so just how work goes sometimes. I'll go home and probably wash this thing. It's kind of dirty and ready for a wash. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to share any thoughts or anything like that below in the comment section. Hit that like button if you think of it, and subscribe so we can see you on the next one. Thanks so much. Have a good day.